Hello everyone, welcome to Solvelancer, and today we are going to understand the production role in our Solvelancer app. So this video is related to content producer, and through this video I will explain each and every parameter related to content production. So when we will open the app using our phone number and OTP, or we can open it using password mode as well. So this is the first page which you will see. So in the first page here, this is the task category. If we will click on the workload, we can see the number of work which we have done, and if we will click on the personal center, this will show our personal information, right? So let us understand how we are going to take the task. So first of all, what we have to do, we have to click on the question answering part. So this is the question answering part. We have to click on this. When we will click on the question answering part, on the top right corner we are seeing the filter category. So if we'll click on the filter category, we will see a screen like this. So here we have the language mode, which is English and Hindi. That means we can do the questions, both the questions which is in English language or the question which is in Hindi language. The responsibilities are related to production, quality check and referee. So in this video we are going to explain how to do the production work. The subject category is the subject in which you are expert in, and you can easily solve the question. So you can select the subject according to your priorities. So suppose if I want to do the questions related to mathematics, I will click on the mathematics part. So I will see there is on the bottom right corner we have the 12 such slots. If I will not select the mathematics, in the bottom right corner we will see 60 such slots. So that way we can select the subject. However, if we will not select the subject, we can get all subjects of the questions. Now the last is schooling stage, which is elementary, which is from 6 to 8, middle, which is from 9 to 10th, and the high school, which is 11th and 12th, right? So now if we will not select any category, so we will get a question slots like this. So if I will explain you the first slot, here what is there: question answering, production role, mathematics subject, high school level, that is 11th and 12th, and English language questions. So question will be in English language. Similarly, if we will see the third slot, here the Hindi means the question will be in Hindi language. The pricing for each category will be given like 21.6 rupees for high school, 10.8 rupees, 80 rupees from middle school. Similarly, we will see the pricing like this. So suppose if we will take the mathematics high school level question, we will click on the take part, right? So when we will click on the take part, we will get the screen like this. Here on the top part we have the pricing, which is 21.6. This is the timer, which is in green color, and if you will click on these three slots or these three dots, we will get the task ID or question ID related to this. Now if you will see the question, we have the option either to upload or we have the option either to skip. So suppose this question is not correct, then what we will do, we will click on the skip button, and when we will click on the skip button, we have the options of skipping. So we have the options like not my subject or grade, wrong or incomplete question, too hard to answer, too many sub questions, and the last option, which is others. This option is when any of the reason is not related to this category, then we will click on the others. Now if you want to attempt the question, we will either upload the picture. So we have to click on the upload part. So when we will click on the upload part, we will get like this: take picture, choose from album. Choose from album means you have to choose from your mobile phone. So if we'll click on the question, so when we will click on this, and this is the answer which we have already prepared. So this answer will upload like this. However, this answer is not related to this question, but this is the example which we can explain. Now we have the another option. After uploading the image, we'll click on the render button. This is RENDER, which we can see as the render button. when we will click on the render button, what it will do, it will change our image into completely black and white mode. So even if our answer is not completely white and black mode, so this render button is going to help us in that part, right? So we don't need any third party scanner. We have the inbuilt scanner in our app. This render button is working as inbuilt scanner. Now after doing all these things and pasting the correct answer, we'll click on the submit part. So after putting on the submit part, it will go to the quality check or the quality inspector. So they will decide whether your answer is correct or not. Now there is one more part. If suppose your answer is rejected by the quality inspector, but in that case you have the option to complain in the app itself. So you will get the complaint category in the app itself. So that complaint will go to the referee person. So that referee is the final decision taker who will decide whether your complaint is genuine or not genuine, right? So this is how we are going to do the production work in the SolveLancer app. So this is the explanation of complete production work. So after this, I'm going to explain you the complete guidelines related to the production. So thank you for listening. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome to SolveLancer, and through this video I'm going to explain you the solution production standard version 3. So now we will follow this version 3 of solution production standard. So in order to enhance the quality of products, we advise you to follow the instructions to produce your solutions. So equipment, writing, typing or screenshot equipment which we can use here is, writing this equipment will be pen. Recommended is regular writing ball pens or gel pens, and it should be black in color. Unacceptable is pencil, color pens, highlighters, crayon, etc. Now paper will be homework paper with thin and light colored lines so that they can disappear after scanning, or blank A4 size paper. We cannot use color paper, heavy lined paper, wrinkled paper, used paper, paper with words on the opposite sides, and the ruler compass is required for diagrams. Freehand drawing is not acceptable. For typing, we can use the keyboard, like regular keyboard with support for special characters is required, or for screenshot app or software we can use. The final image shall not contain third party logo or watermarks. So scanning will be using cell phone. So regular cell phone with camera is recommended, and we cannot, or which we cannot recommend is cell phone without camera or cell phone with broken scratched camera. For scanning purpose, now we have inbuilt render feature in our app or in our platform. So you can use SolveLancer render function embedded in SolveLancer. No need to download it separately. So if you will download the regular photos, it will not be accepted. So you have to use render feature after uploading the solution part. Now the standards which we are going to use, this is 1v2 and rigid index. This we have to follow. So your submission will be evaluated and checked by following standard. Detailed explanation for each item will be presented. Policy is no referring to third party website or app or brand. There will be no reference. In the answer part, no providing of unethical or personal information. Content structure is solution must be in English regardless of language of question. So even if the question is in Hindi or any other language, your answer must be in English. Correct and complete answer and explanations. Solution method within syllabus, and if applicable, key steps shall not be missing. For example, given to find solution or explanation of final answer. Only related solutions shall be present, like irrelevant content shall not be present. So for this part, it is not necessary to use in every question, but wherever it is required, we have to use this. The layout is content is left aligned with uniform vertical spacing between the lines, and single diagram is not aligned. Multiple diagrams, so for single diagram it will be right aligned, and for multiple diagrams are left aligned. Solution is uniform in terms of handwriting, alignment, and spacing. For writing, typing, or screenshot, legible handwriting or electronically typed or screenshot solution both are acceptable. Content horizontally lined, that is, all the lines must be parallel to each other. First letter of every line must be vertically aligned. No free drawing. You have to use ruler or compass, and there should not be a spelling mistake. There should not be underlining, boxing, or ticking in any part of the solution. For scanning part, we have to upload answer in black and white format. So I have already explained we can use the render feature inbuilt or embedded in our app itself. There should not be visual distraction or such as stains, wrinkles, shades, overexposure. Appropriate framed and position, no tilting or background exposure, finger etc. should be there. For the policy part, no referring to third party, website, app or brand, no providing of unethical or personal information. So sample we will see, reject third party watermark. For example, in this answer there is a third party watermark, so we are going to reject this, or quality inspector will reject this answer. Similarly, this is the snapshot answer solution, so we cannot upload this part, so this type of answers will be rejected. Now similarly, the reject providing of personal information. For example, in this category you can see there is a personal information, so quality inspector will reject those type of answers. Content structure, solution must be in English irregardless of language of question stems, correct and complete answer and explanation. Solution within syllabus, and if applicable, this should be if applicable, key steps shall not be missing given to find solution and final answer. If it is not applicable, then it can be left. We will see the complete checklist for this. Only related solution shall be present, irrelevant solution content shall not be present. So we will see the answer or samples. Reject solution must be in English and Hindi solutions are not acceptable. So all answers should be in English. We cannot write answers in Hindi language. If we will upload the Hindi language answer, then it will be rejected. Now, so because of this, we can reject this answer. Now, there will be rejection if there is no explanation. For example, if you directly write this answer, it will be rejected. Now, reject final answer is incomplete. The full option B2 should be shown. For example, here the final answer is, if the final answer is not written, or here directly option is written, in that case we will reject the answer. Now, reject the final answer incomplete. If the final answer is incomplete, we will reject the answer. For example, in this question, if you see the final answer is not given or final answer is not correctly written, so in that case we will reject. Now, reject only related solution shall be present. Irrelevant content shall not be present. For example, in this question, this first part is the answer, but the second part is not the answer of this question. In that case, the quality inspector will reject those answers. If we will try to understand the layout, the content is left aligned with uniform vertical spacing between the lines. Single diagram is right aligned and multiple diagram is left aligned. Solution is uniform in terms of handwriting, alignment and spacing. We'll see some samples. We'll accept single diagram is right aligned and content is left aligned. For example, in this case, diagram is right aligned and content is left aligned. So in that case, we will pass this answer. And reject multiple diagrams right aligned. For example, in this case, we can see there is a multiple diagrams which is right aligned. So in case of multiple diagrams, it should be left aligned. So first we'll draw here, then we'll draw here. So it should be in horizontal position. So next, writing and typing. Legible handwriting or electronically typed solution both acceptable, or even screenshot is also acceptable. Content horizontally lined, that is, all the lines must be parallel to each other. First letter of every line must be vertically aligned. No freehand drawing. Must use ruler or compass. No spelling mistake or misuse of symbol or punctuation. No underlining, boxing or ticking in any part of the solution. So we will see some samples. Acceptable, solution is electronically typed and correct. For example, in this case, solution is typed and this is correct, so we'll pass this answer. and we will reject if unreadable handwriting. For example, if the handwriting is not correct, in that case we will reject the answers. Next, reject first letter of every line are not vertically aligned. So we'll see if the first letter of lines are not vertically aligned, in that case we will reject the answer. So here the solution is uploaded in random manner. So first, second, then again second he has written, then fourth. So it should be vertically alignment and all answers should start from the left side. So because of this answer will be rejected. Now, if you see reject freehand drawing, for example, in this question there is a freehand drawing, and because of this answer will be rejected. So next, reject boxing and underlining. So if we will do the boxing of answer, for example, in this question there is a boxing of t equal to 50 divided by 3n. So we will, like quality inspector, will reject this answer. Here we have the underlining of the part, so we should avoid these things. Here also again boxing, so that's why these answer will be rejected. Now the next category is scanning. Solution, as we have to upload the solution in black and white mode and not a photo or color copy mode. There should not be any stains, wrinkles, shades or overexposure of backside page. Appropriate frame and position, no tilting, background exposure or fingers etc. For example, in this case the answer is looking like colored full image, so red color, it is not black and white mode, so we will reject this answer. Reject overexposure and not readable. In this case the answer is not at all readable, so it will be rejected. If you will see the next, here reject shades. If you will see here the cropping is not properly done, and because of this, apart from cropping, there is a overexposure of backside page, and because of this we are going to reject this answer. Now we have a frequently asked questions, which we can see as, what do I do if the following situation occur? Multiple questions in one question stem or image, incomplete question stems, diagram missing, key information missing, inverted question stems, and question stems not the selected grades, language, subject etc. Non-solvable question stems like random pictures, selfie etc. Answer, skip these types of questions when necessary. And for example sub question, here there are many questions, and so we can either skip this or we can solve any one questions. Otherwise, better way is to skip these type of question when there is an incomplete question or when there is a many subtypes of questions are there. Next, find the value of f if in figure AB is parallel to CD. So in this question diagram is missing, so we have to skip this type of questions. Similarly, inverted question stem. So if any question stem is inverted, we should not attempt those questions and skip it as incomplete part. Next, here also inverted and non-solvable question stems, like in this diagram. Here this is not an exact question, so we have to skip this type of questions. This is incomplete question, so we have to skip this. Now, what if I disagree with the rejection from QC? Answer, when your submission are rejected, there are three actions you may take. Either redo the work, like you have to upload it again, like resolve and upload it, skip the task and take the new one, or third is complain, lodge a complaint and report the case. So this case will be reported to referee and referee will make the final decision. Please note that due to the large volume of complaints, it may take up to weeks to have the complaint addressed. In addition, each user will be given a quota of 10 complaints starting from the mid of December 2020. Please lodge complaint wisely. So right now there is no such feature, but in after December, mid-December, we are going to have the feature like you can do complaints, only 10 complaints in a week. So some submissions are not 100% strictly followed. So in that case, the answer should be qualified or not. So in that, the answer will be, although we require the submission meet the standard, it is understandable that a few parameters will need human judgment. We allow slight adjustment for the following parameters as long as rules are not obviously violated. For example, left, right, horizontally and vertically alignment, uniform spacing, ignorable dots. So we'll see or try to understand with the sample. In this answer, answers are not correctly aligned. So in that case also we can pass this answer, because if it is not left aligned, but the quality inspector or the students can easily understand this type of answer, so we can pass this. Next is uniform spacing. So this is the uniform spacing. Here, even though it is not properly aligned, but student can easily understand this, so we can pass this answer. Now ignorable dots. So if there is a ignorable dots which we can ignore, so in that case we will pass this type of answers.